What's going on, everybody? A lot has happened since the last video. The Cool Cats drop was absolutely insane. Gonna cover what happened in that and what some of my takeaways were from that. Also, marketplace continues to go down. If you didn't watch my video yesterday about the low market, definitely check that one out. It'll be down in the description. But continuing to go down today, like I expected in my video yesterday. But not trying to talk too much about the low market because that's got some people down. I'm going to get into this Cool Cats craziness and the trade deadline coming up. So we've got a lot to cover in this one. So let's just get right in the computer here and start going over some of this stuff. So the first thing I want to show you is market has been down and came over here, picked up a Nickeil Alexander Walker first moment for $22, nearly half of what he has been going for. Checking him out on add more funds here, which I'll also link down in the description. Really great tool for Top Shot. Just check him out over the last month. Well, over the last month it's a little sketchy just to look at because this one had a $1,000 high, so we can't get a great graph here, but we can see he was 38 high, 29 low, 30, 45, and started to climb way up. 39 high, 34 low, 39, 39. So he has been high 30s, even up to 40. So I almost got him a half price at 22. So happy with that purchase. Even yesterday, his high was 40. Today, we can look at it. It's like going 25, 26, 27. So to get him at 22 was good. A moment that I've really been wanting. I think he has a really bright future. His first moment on the platform, just a really good pickup to have. He has a ton of potential. So besides that, let's talk about a little trade deadline stuff. So you can see my purchase before that was 2 days ago now, was for $22, Andre Drummond. And the thing about Drummond is everyone's moments are going down in this market except for these people in the trade deadline. So if you're not on that trade deadline doc, I'm talking about this one here. We got a couple people checking it out now. Definitely get on this. We'll talk more about this in a minute, but link down in the description to sign up to get this. I update it all the time and send out the new ones every morning. So you can see Drummond here, I have him as a 9 as likeliness to be traded and a 7 to go to a contender. Mark that down a little because I've heard some teams like the Bulls are interested in him as well. But if he does get bought out, I expect him to go to the Nets or Lakers or Clippers. So I might bump this back up to an 8. I've been flipping back and forth on if I think he's going to go to a contender. So coming back to add more funds, let's check out his moment. It's crazy that he hasn't dipped like everyone else. Let's just check out the last 5 days. So he was at 25, 26, went down a little. He was 22 for a day. That might be the day I bought. The 20th, I bought him at 22, and his value actually has gone up since then, and he's currently at 25. So one of the rare common moments to actually be going up in this market, and it's because people expect him to go to a contender, and hopefully when he signs on with that contender, his price goes up above 30 and the market's back. Maybe if the market's even back up high, it could go up to 40, I don't know. So pretty bullish on this Drummond still. So to talk a little bit more about this trade deadline, have a ton of players on here. I'm going to add more as rumors come out of people being traded, and as of right now, these are all just rumors. All these 36 players, all just in rumors, but I would say the most likely teams to trade are going to be the Rockets. So if we're looking at Rockets, we got Ben McLemore, who I've heard people are a little lower on right now as far as his trade market in real life, not in Top Shot. So I marked him down to a 5, but I could see a contender picking him up for some shooting off the bench. He's a great three-point shooter. Also on the Rockets, I've heard Daniel House now is one of the prime candidates from the Rockets to be traded, and a lot of teams interested in him. He's a three-point shooter, but also pretty good on defense. Then we got Eric Gordon on the Rockets. I mean, just great six-man. And yeah, just really good six-man. I'm pretty sure he's been six-man of the year before. Then we got John Wall, a little less likely to be traded. I have him as a 5. He's like an all-star caliber player, but they're trying to blow that team up. It might be hard to flip a guy like John Wall, but he's definitely been in trade rumors. And then they have one more in trade rumors. That's Oladipo here on the Rockets. I have him at an 8. That might be high. I know they want to get something for him before he's going to be a free agent this summer, so hopefully they're able to find something for him. I might move this down to a 7 just because it's been proven to have been hard to flip Oladipo here. A lot of people are trying to buy low on him because they know the Rockets are trying to get rid of him. So besides that, I have the Magic up here a lot. Aaron Gordon demanded a trade, so I have him at a 9. Hopefully they can find a place for him. And also we got Evan Fournier. A lot of teams interested in him. I've been hearing like the Celtics and Lakers. Just a lot of good like contending teams. He's only at a 5 right now. I might bump this up to a 7 to go to a contender. So I'm constantly updating this sheet. Also on the Magic, we definitely have a couple more, I believe. Oh yeah, we have Terrence Ross. So good 6-man. Should hopefully be flipped to a contender. I only have him at 5 because I've heard rumors of a ton of teams just trying to get at him. So if we do look at teams that are technically contenders, it's a little hard to say because this year 10 teams actually make the playoffs technically with the play-in games. So if we're looking at standings here, I mean, technically you could say the Wizards are a contender. They just have a ton of potential. They just need to string some wins together. They lost a lot of close games. And then you got the top 10 teams in here. So you could make an argument that 11 out of these 15 teams are contenders currently. And then in the West, maybe even more. You could maybe take the Spurs out of contention as they're trying to blow that team up as well. But then we also have the Pelicans here that can always make noise and make a big run here. So could be 11 teams also in the West. All right, so that's enough trade deadline talk. Now let's get into these Cool Cat Challenge. It was crazy yesterday. I don't know if you were on the marketplace exactly when these Cool Cats started entering the marketplace. Hopefully we can come over here to maybe it'll be on add more funds. We might have to go to evaluate Dart Market, but let's check out Goran Dragic. So I was on the market immediately. He opened up at 22 before anyone was even allowed to buy. I saw his moment up for 22 and tried to snipe that as soon as the market opened. And then even for the next full hour at 6 p.m., they were trading between 34 and 45. And the next hour was still 40 to 68. And the next hour still 49 to 70. And then you can see got up in the 70s and 80s. So for the first 3-4 hours of trading after this Cool Cats drop and the marketplace got back open, you could have pulled him for easily $30 or $40. And I made the mistake of trying to snipe at the lowest price because people, they had the base price at 40 for a few minutes and just keep refreshing, and you could see someone would throw it up for 30. And I kept trying to snipe the lowest moment, but there were so many people trying to do that. My orders kept processing and timing out, and people would buy them. I had maybe 12 emails of failed Dapper charges, and I even made it that far to where I got through Dapper and back to Top Shot and wasn't able to get these many times. But I made the mistake of trying to just get the lowest moments. I should have just went for something like mid-30s and held it for the night. And now you can see he's at 73. So if I got him at 34, I made $40 profit. Or I could have sold when he hit 80. So I was all over these Cool Cats, but just trying to snipe these when there were so many people, it was literally insane. If we can go to evaluate dot market here, I just need to show you guys how many times these were being flipped. I'm surprised there wasn't more transactions yesterday. I guess the market was closed for a while, but yeah, more than the last 2 days even when the market was closed. But let's check out this Goran Dragic here. Here's his cool cats. So something you can do on evaluate.market, if there's just not so much data that it breaks my computer, is come check out the recent transactions, literally of all time, and you can go 100 pages. Let's see, so 100 pages, and there's 33 pages, so there's already been 3,300 transactions on just this one moment in less than 24 hours. Okay, so I had to go back pretty far, but you can see, so this is 100 transactions and still on Goran Dragic, and you can see let's start at 638. So we had a $39 purchase, 40, 50, 49, 55, just all over the place. And this is all at 638, still going through 638s. So every minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 transactions in 1 minute on just this, and they were all over the place. So much sniping was going on, it was ridiculous. You can see 40, like people, they're selling for mid 50s and they'll just throw it up for 40 randomly, couple 40s in a row, 50, 30, 35, like the opportunities were insane to snipe on this. It was just so much competition and people were so fast with it. So now to talk about the value of these cool cats, let's come back to Top Shot here and just check out all the cool cats. So 70 for Dragic seemed a little low. I think he should be around 80. Wow, the Cousins has really tanked to 52, and Shea's only 89. So these are pretty far down. As far as completing the Jokic challenge, it seems very doable right now. This guy is a good follow on Twitter if you don't exactly know who he is, _Greg Murray. He basically somehow gets this information from Evaluate Market where you can see how many people completed each challenge. So the Cool Cats 3 for the Jokic. So looking at this, I think this is how many people completed the challenge, and this is how many did in the last day. So obviously 0 because the challenge is brand new, but 495 people did it in 1 day. So if we calculate that times 13 days left, we're going to get just under 7,000 people completing this challenge, which makes the card somewhat rare. I could see it being 150 for a Jokic, especially because he's probably the leading MVP candidate right now. So if we look at this little spreadsheet I put together for this challenge, I believe I have all the right price for the moments in here. I'm not sure why this Siakam is so much higher than the Dort or Boucher or Capella or Nurkic, but maybe he's a part of more than just this Cool Cats challenge for the Jokic. But basically what I have is their price right now, $461 if you want all these to collect for the challenge right now. So not as low as people might be thinking. I think people thought they could get it for 300 something, so it's kind of a lot, and I just expect Jokic to be 150 for his moment when that comes out, maybe 200. The other thing we have to think about is the dip in value after this challenge. So just for what I would think Dort would go down to 10, Siakam maybe 20, Boucher 12, Capella 12, Nurkic 11. This Dragic, hopefully not too much, and Porzingis maybe 70. Let's say that for example, and calculate the sum of what they're going to be worth afterwards. So here we're going to look at the value of these cards as a projection of what they're going to be worth after the challenge completed. So $131 less. And this is just my opinion. It could be even lower. They're definitely all going to go down, but we can see it's to get this $150 moment. So your total value is actually going to be 330 plus 150, which is 480. So you're putting in 461 and coming away with 480 potentially from my calculations. So not super profitable if you're going after this challenge. Maybe worth it if Siakam goes down to the other price of these guys. So that would bring the total down to 425, and then our profit here would be 480 minus 425, which is $55, which makes it a little more manageable. But the move definitely would have been to capitalize early, right when these pack drops, because we saw really low prices and then them go skyrocket up. So if you didn't do that, I don't know if it's worth completing this challenge. It's a little risky, unless you think this Jokic is going to be worth maybe like 250, and then we can say the total for this is actually going to be 580 for completing the challenge, and then you have a lot more profit margin. But this is my opinion on the challenge. So crazy day yesterday with the Cool Cats challenge and all this stuff going on. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe. Check out all the links down in the description. A lot of good stuff on the trade deadline and other videos, and I'll see you guys in another one.
Another day, another beer.